What's up, YouTube? It's Hero Sticks, and I am back out here in one of my favorite places on the deck, betwixt and between our tomatoes, whilst the ragingly hot temperatures skyrocket and the fires rage, which is actually bad news. I'm here with an unboxing. I got a couple things to show you, and I've got a couple things I want to say. So I'm going to do an unboxing of a great knife that I've been waiting for some time. That was recommended by a number of people, but one of the more influential folks that really talked this one up was Slicey Dicey. Struggling. I'm not an influencer. I love the small community that I have on my channel, but I think it's important to say something, and I won't say what's already been said, but what I will say is, one, Super Steel Steve is a scary guy, and if he were angry at me, I'd be a little bit afraid. That guy calls it as he sees it, sticks to his values, and is very straightforward. And I understand that because of the decisions that Slicey Dicey made, that it's a good idea for there to be consequences for him, namely awareness about what he did. Given the opportunity to fix things is great, but I think there are some consequences, and I think he's experiencing some of them now. I think that he'll continue to experience them for some time. So I agree with all of that. And as far as Slicey Dicey is concerned, you know, I love his take on knives. He's introduced me to a lot of knives. He has no friggin' idea who I am, and that's fine. But I can sympathize only in that, as someone who has, in earlier years, had relatively significant followings on social media, not as large as Slicey's, mind you. The platform is a narcotic, and the platform and the juice and the subscribers and the attention and all of that does do something to people, and the platform can become a narcotic. And as we all know, or maybe some of us don't know, narcotics can lead to making bad decisions, or at least different decisions. And I'm not excusing Slicey Dicey. I believe that he could have taken greater care and easily not done any of the slimy shit that he did, and just the irresponsible stuff. Even if it wasn't slimy, even if he is a man of integrity, the way that he managed the business side of his site was despicable. And there's no question about that. And whether or not that was because he thought he had enough juice that no one would say anything, or if he was forgetful, or if he didn't give a shit, it was a bad decision, a bad business practice. I'm into the psychology of people, and I think that might have been what happened. Anyway, that was a whole lot of information that you may or may not be interested in. But this is a knife that I've not shown on the channel before. This is the Ace Clyde in brass. It was the first knife over $100 that I bought, and it has been the biggest pain in the ass. I originally was really stoked on it, but I recognized, even as a kind of a novice, that the action wasn't right. And I was able to get in and understand that the lock bar tension was way too high. So I looked at some videos, I opened it up, I pulled the liner out, I pressed it over, it loosened it up a bit, but not quite right. And then I had the great idea to take out the lock bar insert, sand down the top of the lock bar to make it slide, and then I had this terrible, they call it lock slop, where it was wiggling up and down like this. So that was a bummer. So I ordered a new liner. The liner came. GiantMouse was great. They sent me a new liner, but it was missing one of the milled holes. So then I had to take it to my local knife guy and get a new hole milled in the liner so that I could reintroduce the corrected liner to the knife. And here it is. And at last, it's great. And I'm gonna open up the boxes with this tonight. So here's what I got for you guys. This is the American Blade Works Model 1 version 6. And it originally did get on my radar because of Slicey Dicey, and I've been building a catalog, or not a catalog, what a weird word to use. I've been building or putting together some work knives that I'm actually going to use on trips around the house. And this is going to be a working knife for me. I have handled it before, so there's a little bit of a story here as well. I originally ordered the V5, and it came. And this was one of the earliest knives that I purchased that was over $100. And this also, I was a little disappointed because it had lock stick. And in that scenario, for those of you that don't know, that's when the lock bar insert gets stuck and it won't pop over. And so I played with it a little bit and it just didn't work. And so I contacted Michael Martin, who got back to me immediately and offered to pay shipping both ways to replace the knife. He did that. He sent a couple of gifts, which I'll probably run into the house to get and show you. Outstanding customer service from a guy who I think makes every single one of his knives. This retails for about $160 or $170. I think you can find them on the secondary, but they're pretty sought after. And so I've been excited about this one. So thumbs up to American Blade Works, thumbs up to Michael Martin and their customer service, and thumbs up, to this new knife for me. So there you have it. I chose the black micarta, and that's a beauty. So my understanding, which is not as in-depth as others, and if you've been watching my channel for any time at all, you know that I do not go as in-depth with others, but this is the 6th version of this knife. And from what I understand, the primary differences are the finish on the blade, which I'll show you in a moment, and I think he made some adjustments internally as well, intended to improve the action. So the Model 1 is a mid-tech, and again, for those of you that don't know, a mid-tech is a knife that a custom maker outsources parts for. The parts come to him and he hand assembles and tunes the knife himself. So this is, the Model 1 is a mid-tech and it's a flipper, and as I mentioned, it's a liner lock. It's 20 CV steel. I'm taking notes here, and it is riding on bearings that are caged and hardened thrust stainless washers. Super cool, straightforward logo. Really grippy, nice micarta. Terrific jimping on the, oops, boy, it just wants to come out. So here we go. Oh, and it's even got a brass liner. I don't know if that comes stock or what, but that's cool. There's your back spacer. So the action there was a little, let's try it again. Okay, that's really nice. It's a little sandy, and everyone who's owned one of these has said they start out a little sandy, but wow, that action's great. I mean, you can probably hear it coursing a bit. Oh yeah, is that droppy? Oh yeah, that's, wow, terrific action. Titanium pocket clip, deep carry. I wonder if he tricked out that bronze liner just for me. I don't know, but I like it. So the thing, although I can false fire that, we'll have to see how the detent plays out. Actually, no, it's more of a, so light switch, a little tough. Button, no problem. But the thing about the American Blade Works Model 1 V6, and all of them, from what I understand, is the ergonomics. I mean, this knife is so comfortable. It's basically asking me to use it. The pocket clip disappears. The jimping is almost perfect for my thumb, and my medium-sized gloved hands, whether it's a saber grip or a hammer grip, I mean, guys, that's just incredibly comfortable. Yeah, and that action is good. That action's good. Again, you can hear the grit, I think. I'll stop for a second so you can hear it a bit. But again, it's really crisp. So that is the American Blade Works Model 1, version 6 in 20 CV and black micarta. Fantastic knife. I'm going to use it and I'm going to let you know more about it. So the other one I want to show quickly that I'll be doing a more thorough review because it's a Demco, and no, it's not the 20.5, but it is my big boy. And this is going to be a working knife. It's going to work alongside the American Blade Works Model 1, version 6, and my Buck 110. Those are kind of my three primary working knives. I'll throw a Rat 2 into the mix every once in a while, but this guy, ooh, oofta. I know this video is super long, so I'm not going to do a big review on this. But this is S35VN. I think it's like it's almost a 4-inch blade, I think, but look at that bomber. This thing is tough. We went up to the lake and I was shredding cord and all sorts of stuff with this guy, and it breezed through it. This is, dare I say, even more comfortable than the American Blade Works Model 1 version 6. It's one of the most comfortable knives I've ever held. I tend to favor smaller knives, but this thing, man, it's a bruiser. I love that big fat pocket clip on it. And then of course, you've got the very unique Demco locking mechanism. That back lock is really cool. And if you're doing hard use, it's important because there's no liner lock and there's no frame lock for those of you that are new to the hobby like me. But that back lock is sick. The action is sick. I frickin' love this knife. So I'm gonna be working. I got my Cold Steel 8010. I've got my American Blade Works version 6, and I'm stoked. There's one more thing I want to show you, and then I'm gonna open. It's from KNAFS, and I'm gonna open it with my new knife. How about that? My daughter, middle daughter, is going into 6th grade, and I'm going to be getting her a pocket knife to carry with her as a tool. The knife that I have chosen for her is the wee Banter, because it's cool and it's small. And oh dude, those are even better than I thought. I got the Space Kitty Banter scales, 89, number 89 out of 321. Missions Mars, Paul Munko from Color Filth, from the Filthy family. All the information's right here. These things are probably sold out. Comes with a super cool little KNAFS pouch. Killer sticker. Nice branding, KNAFS, by the way. Impressed. Love it. There's something else in here. A breath mint, which I need. Shortly. Look at these things. I mean, come on. I'll tell you what, I've been getting into the custom scaly kind of stuff and creative mods and things like that, and these are so sick. So I'm gonna slap the Space Kitty on my daughter's wee Banter. I'm thrilled with those. Good looking out, KNAFS. I love it. Hey guys, for the 8010, for American Blade Works, for KNAFS Company, for Proper 12, for me, Hero Sticks, that's it. Let's be gracious. Let's be kind. Let's read books. Let's not puff out our chests. Let's speak the truth to one another in love, because I think that's the most important thing. But anticipate consequences when you make bad decisions. I'm not sure how long this video is, and I'll be amazed if anyone gets this far. But just know I've got some exciting stuff coming up. I haven't been making a lot of videos, but I've been getting a hold of a lot of knives, so I'm going to try to start posting more regularly. That's it. See you on the next one.